Darling, you were right. I heard you groaning from the other side of the castle, and I could smell, you're bleeding, and Arden's not home, and I don't want you to worry that I'm going to go into some sort of frenzy. If you need help bandaging yourself up, putting on a band-aid, I promise I can do it without losing my composure, though I am a little concerned about how much. Can I get closer? Darling, I really can't understand what you're trying to tell me with your face smooshed into the pillow like that. Just let me... Oh. Oh, goodness, of course. I sort of panicked, and I didn't even think. I just sort of lost track, and I haven't had one in... And Arden doesn't have them anymore since... Sorry. I should have come and stopped by earlier. I mean, I was sort of asleep, but... Sorry, panic kind of took over. I mean, especially after, the last time you got hurt. I sort of just smelt the blood and started worrying. You're menstruating. Oh, thank goodness. I was worried that you were sort of bleeding out. But, I mean, I guess you are, but that's normal. To do it in that way. What do you mean it's not normal, darling? It's perfectly normal. Don't say that. What, that it's not normal for a man? Do you forget who you're talking to? Sorry. I don't mean to get defensive and angry. I know that's your own internalized transphobia, and you're not trying to be transphobic. You understand how saying things like that, even when you mean them about yourself, though, is harmful to every other trans man that exists. Oh, I know you wouldn't say it to someone else, but that's precisely exactly why you shouldn't say it about yourself. Especially not when there's other trans men present. Look, I am dead, right? I haven't had a bodily function like that happen since I was alive. And I wonder how that would even work if vampires did still get periods. I guess vampire blood doesn't drive other vampires into a frenzy. Gods, what about Damphirs, though? You know, my dear little monster investigator. Half human, half vampires. There has to be some running around. I mean, they don't exactly make themselves incredibly well known. But there've been records of them existing. I've personally never met one. Goodness, do you think they still experience periods after being turned? That would, for lack of a better word, suck if they did. But no, I know Arden's not dead, very much alive, but all sorts of things happened after he got turned into a werewolf. I mean, the scratch basically gave him such a boost of testosterone. I think he did for a while, still have them. By the time we met, not really so much. No. I'm grateful for that. Well, a younger vampire isn't the best at controlling themselves, though. We're not like animals, it's really so much the first week, maybe 2, depending on the person, perhaps first couple months, that you really need to get in control of yourself. But after that, ease yourself into being around people, but no, I think some humans are surprised that, a vampire that's... Okay, when I say 10 years old, I don't mean a 10-year-old. I mean someone who's human and has now been a vampire for 10 years, right? There needs to be a better way of phrasing that. Someone who spent 10 years as a vampire is fully capable of controlling themselves. Someone who spent 1 year as a vampire is fully capable of controlling themselves. Now, perhaps someone who's only been turned a year, if they were, I don't know, they find themselves next to someone who was bleeding out, would struggle more. But luckily, no struggling here. We can all be starved and have our weak moments, but if you trust me to be around you, I promise I'm not going to snap. Can I come sit with you? Like I said, I myself have not had a period in some hundreds of years. But you remember them being extremely unpleasant. And that, yes, as a man, I do understand that it could make you feel like a monthly reminder of the gender you were assigned at birth. But would you tell another trans man on their period that it makes them less of a man? No, of course not. Would you tell a cis woman who was unable to have periods, that can happen, that she somehow now isn't a woman anymore? Exactly, no, of course not, that would be incredibly messed up. So please try not to say such things about yourself. I know it's easier said than done. But do you think myself and Arden are any are lesser men? That's how to phrase that. Because we used to have periods. Look, it's sad that in all my years there are, transphobia still has not been stamped out. I think sadly there will always be people who, I hate when people phrase it as fear, it's hate. Anyone who is different. Probably, maybe it does scare them, maybe it challenges their own sense of self. But I think if it does, then perhaps they themselves may be not cis. I don't know. I feel like if you were completely confident in yourself as a man, seeing another man have a period wouldn't change that. Unless... No, but... You don't need to hide yourself when you're like this, We're both very willing and able to help. And I know they feel disgusting. And then it's not nice that on top of the physical pain, and I don't know if some people experience bloating or cravings or In my experience, people portray mood swings very incorrectly. I've never seen someone become some sort of evil, yelling tyrant when on a period. Mostly, I see people, yes, they could be a bit more agitated, but that's not really so much the mood swing as it is they're in pain. Aren't we all more agitated and less patient when we're also in a lot of physical pain? For me, personally, I didn't get angry on my periods. I would get depressed. Things would upset me more. Well, things that usually would upset me, instead of me just feeling upset, I would feel really upset. And it is horrible to feel as though you aren't in control of your own body or in control of your own mind or emotions. As if something else is taking control of you, you know? And then, on top of all of that, add dysphoria, and it's not a great combination. Especially if you are experiencing depressive mood swings and getting upset, more upset over things than you would usually, then that dysphoria is going to feel even more worse than usual because it's being amplified by the chemicals in your brains going haywire because of your period. I'm sorry that your brain isn't being very nice to you. And if you need to hear it, you aren't any less of a man just because you menstruate. Besides, it makes you pretty big, strong, and tough to deal with all that bleeding, doesn't it? I think many cis men wouldn't be able to handle it. Have you seen those videos where they put the period pain simulators, sticky electrical pads on cis men's stomachs, and it kind of zaps them and simulates period cramps. And you see them, the setting is somewhere like, let's say it's 1 to 5, with 5 being the most painful. They're already groaning and crying at just setting number 1. And then you turn it up to setting number 5. And then you tell them, but imagine that. But imagine that you were experiencing that from anywhere between 1 to 5 days. Well, I guess, I don't know if people have it more. I know different people have periods at different lengths. Some 5 to 7, I think mine used to last a whole week. I knew someone who told me once that they knew someone whose periods only lasted 3 days. Can you imagine? But, not all those 7 days of cramping. I mean, they weren't for me, but I don't know how it is for others, but yes. Imagine that pain, but 24/7 for multiple days. And you're expected to still be able to go to work, or like cook, or get chores done. And that's not to mention whether or not you have a migraine on top of that. Very strong. For putting up with it. Can I get you anything? Darling boy. I don't know what supplies you brought with. Something warm for your stomach. Whether you have an electronic blanket heat pad thing or one of those things you put in the microwave. I didn't want us to get a microwave, but Arden insisted. Or, we definitely have chocolate in the house. I'm not sure what else. I can give a good massage. Well, I think first thing is definitely, have you eaten or have you been collapsed in bed all morning? Because I can definitely and should and am going to get you some water. But, you know, it's fine to indulge when you're like this. I meant in, well, anything you like. I meant more, don't worry about whether you're going to eat garbage today. I think you've earned it. If you want to stuff your face full with chocolate and ice cream, or pizza, whatever. You know me, Arden could very quickly go pick you up some takeout if that's what you want. People don't tend to deliver up here. Or not many places are willing to make the trek, even with a big tip. I could do that. I could carry you to the sofa if you'd like to. Just wallow in front of the television. Wrap you up nice and warm. I think that's definitely in order, keeping you warm. Well, I don't really feel warm or cold anymore, and Arden one's very, very warm. So, we used to keep the castle at a much lower temperature and didn't really think about whether or not it's an old building, even with modern central heating. It doesn't warm up that well. So, you let me know. I will run whatever errand you need. The garden's out getting groceries right now. So, he likes to go earlier in the morning when there's less people, but obviously that means I don't really go along. Early morning sunrise, not good for the skin, darling. But I'm sure I could give him a ring, if you want him to pick you anything up. Shh, even if he's already left, he'll turn back around for you. Go on, let's do that. And you can tell me if you do have a heat pad hiding around here, and if you don't, I don't really know anywhere that would sell one. We have to get you an electric blanket. My goodness. Oh, and I never really thought. I assume you brought your own products with you, pads, tampons, whatever you use. But I just realized we don't keep those in stock, seeing as neither of us have periods anymore. Well, now that you're here, quite permanently. Still getting used to that. Well, we need to stock those. I mean, I presume, if you ever feel up to it, you can go along grocery shopping with Arden. Did he see you before he left? Or were you, completely passed out, and so I guess he just thought he wouldn't dare disturb you? You look so sweet when you're asleep. Okay, so he knows. And that's why you got to stay behind, alright. Did you tell him to buy you? Thanks. Oh. Of course you insisted he didn't need to. Did he insist that he was going to, anyway? He probably will pick you up some snacks, though I worry that he might forget that you will need pads or tampons. Not that he's awfully forgetful, it's just obviously neither of us have had to buy those. Well, when we were having periods, such things didn't even exist. But, yes, that does mean I don't think he's ever bought them in his life. So even if he did remember, he might be stood in front of the shelving with all of the products on, worrying out of his mind because he isn't sure which one to get, but then he doesn't want to ring you in case you fell back asleep and he wouldn't want to wake you up. He's too polite for his own good. Right, I'm going to call him. You're going to tell me what you want him to get. And I might add a couple extra things on there. My poor boy. Of course, if you don't want us smothering you, we can leave you alone. You can make your own little nest here. But if you'd like to join us, we can, all three of us, live on the sofa all day if you'd like. You think about it. I'll give our dear boy a ring. So you start thinking of ideas of what you would like, okay? Nothing is too much, nothing is too expensive. Darling, I live in a castle. Passed down to me, and have been amassing wealth for centuries, and not that I've ever had any sort of crazy high-paying job, but inflation. I don't mean to sound like I'm bragging. I know lots of people are finding it incredibly hard right now. I know I'm incredibly fortunate. But I try to do my part, donate a lot of it, and I would like to use it to help you. Not as a charity case, I don't want you thinking that. It's merely my love language is gift giving, and it doesn't really feel like some sort of special gift when you're literally in pain, and we're just buying things that will help you. I just want you out of the mindset that you can't ask for certain things because you don't have the money. Because with us, you can dream about having whatever you would like. Okay, I don't know if you said that because you were delirious, or you genuinely... I do not have enough money to somehow go back in time and buy you a discontinued Winnie the Pooh cereal that stopped selling in the early 2000s. Much as I would love to be able to give you that, if that was like a favorite snack, that's not really in the budget. No functioning time machine. Not something I'm able to do. Not sure if it's something anyone's able to do. Not sure if there's a spell for it. I know there's little spells that can... I've heard quite powerful mages can maybe freeze time. I'm not so certain about. Maybe rewinding a couple seconds so that they don't get crushed by a tree or something. But I'm not sure about straight up time travel, but again, not a witch. Just a handsome goth. No, I can hardly claim to be a goth. Can you think of things we can actually buy? Okay. I'll call him then. My poor boy. But so brave. And if you need us to just say gender affirmations for the rest of the day, tack the word boy onto the end of every sentence. Oh man, I don't mean to sound infantilizing, really. Compared to me, my age, I suppose you are a boy, but of course you're a full-grown adult. Man just doesn't really have the same cute pet name ring to it, does it? But you are a very brave, handsome man. Even if you feel like garbage right now. Yes, I know. Okay. I've been saying I'll give him a ring for who knows how many minutes now. Hopefully he's not almost home. Like I said, even if he's about to walk through the door, he'll definitely run back to get you whatever you need. So. You've thought of things. Good. Right. Let's ring her. Oh, only pick up if he's on the bike. Well, you've brought the bike. I guess if he was buying a lot, it makes more sense to bring the bike so we can put stuff in the box. No, carry it. Arden, love, just the man I needed to speak to. Yes, I know it's your phone number. Let me have my dramatic moment, please. Right. We have a very Thank you all so much for watching, my lovelies. Reminder that I have a Patreon. If everyone who subscribed to me gave me just £1 a month, that would help me out a lot, allow me to move out and keep making audios in a safer environment. Rewards of being a patron of mine include access to my Discord, ad-free streaming and downloads of all my audios, and 2 exclusive spicy audios a month, with at least 1 per month picked from your requests if you join the top fledgling tier, and more. I also stream on Twitch most Mondays, Fridays and Saturdays, and have an Etsy shop called Empty Masks where I sell fan art and original art. My Etsy also has stickers and other merch of my audio original characters under the Vampire Prince section of my shop. My art commissions are also currently open. Audio commissions are currently closed. Thank you to my patrons, my fledglings, Andy Christ, Solomoon, Lauren Lovett, Sazzy NK, Ebony Voigt, Fruit Island, Raincloud, Ciel, Nerd Herder, Satan is a Real Man, Ruby Red Gem, Carry On, Livia Nacito, Euronaughty, Asterash, Percy, Hell, Spicy But Sad, The Solarsis, Tiffany Boyer, Void, Aspen, River Heights, Puff, Joanna Cole, Roses in Blue, Rake Art, Sweethearts Die, Emily, Sweet Jade, Tisnes, Kit, N, Tsukiyomi, Emery, Zorn NB, Gothmobit, Peachy, Pumpkin Pie 2-3, Nicole Thompson, Dahlia, Valkyrie Ace, Despair, Caitlin Mitchell, Dawn Robin, Persephone Black, Oh Man, Lady D, Brutslug for Music, Beautiful Thorns, Fern, Persephone Paris, Null and Void, Seo, Doomafrog, Alpaca Avalanche, Philip Demeron, Steph, Astoracii, Mark, Foul and Rune, Demonics Anxiety, Deanna, Trunks Briefs, Ethereal Viking, Jazz, Emily, Vic, Nye, Ablyson, Amara Keen, Athena, Alyssa, Josie Moser, Pluto, Calix A, The Sleeping Poet, Next Time On, Silly Gay Goober, Nex, Goober, Bellwether, PyChan13, Aster Sarah, Rowan the Hunter, J, Product Volcaire, Shelbs, Melissa Simpson, True Starshine, Micah Strange, SH7, Ophelia, Deleth, Incognita, Irrelevant Listener, Desifowl, Green Flog, Keyboard Clicks, Sister of War, Gabrielle Simpkins, Charlie, Boop, Bookstore Cryptid, Edward, Joel McRae, Wisteria Song, Max Little Spoons, J. Aries, Ace, Delirious, Rave, Ellie B, Skybound, Sunny, Dakin Luke, Elixir Key of Destiny, Miles, David Moser, Ost, Virgie, Willow Arons, Lindsay Houston, Coffee Pot Cat, Cradle the Void, Grave 3, Rio Plushie, Momo99, Thembo Supreme, Mad Hatter, Grimbean, Maypop, Collective Unit System, Foxboy, Frostbitten, Alex B, Marco01, M, Warner Yako, Dal, Planet MB, Katie, Briarfell, Maria Davis, Jenia, Jordan, Omen Warn Them, PT, Daniel Wolf, Peachy Sakura, Crested Blossom, Elixir, X Profane X, Abby Cats 16, Skylar Sheridan, I Am My Family's Loki, Olivia Osman, M Siren, Cassius, Iceberg, Avery, Emperain, Fishy78, Golden U, Plant Gato, Frosh, The Silent Star, L, Undercover Clown, Chrissy, Janza Jopar, Wolf with a Book, Primrose Path, Ducky, G, Bumble Baby, Agenda Techno, Des, Ica111, Inovias, Untrustworthy Narrator, Rinstorm, Will, Seppi Day, Blue Flame, Bumpkin, Northern Isle, AMC 1720, Mixed Murder, Mossy Crow Phil, John Oxt, Molly, Hero, Quinn, SL, The Kraken, The Master of Tea, Arlo, Marina, October, Six Rabbits, Red Raccoon, Bexy, RMW, Red Velvet Rose, Rowan Torquil, Fantasy Princess, ASDF, Beloved Bog Goblin, March Andy, Ambrose, Midnight Whisper, Musa, Antichrist Socialite, Daniel D. Desjardins, Chaos Fox, Ash, Philogena, Nav, Black Seraphim 7, Heaven, Sequoia, Dragon Kitten 2, Ash, Adventurous Winter, Kiara Abley, Felix, Sam, Actually Static, Chris 07, Little Adventurer, Lost in Space Max, Colin Healy, Alex, Green Blue, Elle's Collection of Teeth, Angelus, Peachy Pup, Sakura the Neko, Lulu Boy, Luna Moth, LEC, Yanksits Connor, Bloody Wren, Grayson, Wren Pearson, Cinnabunny, Rose Cat, The Boy with No Name, Blue Cheese Cactus, Lex Frazier, Haz, Necromonia, Vexed and Hexed, Obscure Oni, Pidge, Vivi, Silas, Al, Spooky Quest, Catastrophe 1742, Alec Worms, Mingus Owen, Jay the Bat, Becca, Caitlin Miskell, E, Banshee, Irina Shakina, Kitbird, Soul Lesser, Jack, Dionysus, Shadow 071108, Charlie Andy 101, Leviathan, Galactic Library, Apollo, Morgan, Vincent, Camiel Peterson, Costal Bumbun, Umiel, Fox, Benj, 100 Bunnies, Apple XX Pop, Ainsley C, Ranger Lee, Lovable Bull, Louis, Random MP, Jody Murray, Artist Lover, Fabulous Evolved, Lanky the Grave Robber, Kilroy, Mac, Roy, Shay, Riv, Fluffy Puffs, Devil Vidal, Kilgore, Fairy Pill, Elise Joyner, Simple, Jinxie, Derry, Apple Pie, Vi, Icarus, Verona, Gabble, Not That Eli, Ladybug 232, Extraterrestrial Omega, Midgardian Witch, Mothy, Helios Flame, Maxie, Clayson, Jazzy, Whimsical Willow, Tired Little Bat, Grey, Star Minion, Blaze, Val of Gaming, Vic, Kota, Caroline, Calgoon, Mad Dog, Trashy Kitty 69, Charlie Witt, Wilgrim, Kenma, Lemon on a Lily Pad, Ash, Core, Tobias Johnson, Black Canary, Chaotic Kai, Coda Wolf, Phoenix Hodges, I Need Healing, Zen, My Darling, Dead Roses, Virtual Angel, Rain Mimi, Mixed Teen 3A, Spoken Shepherd, Lettuce Man, Captain 8 Coco, Dame Melusine, Keegan Mattel, Artie, Nova, Trinity, Haggy Stotts, The Crispy Boy, Bugs, Toe Beans, 003, Amati Aval, A.M. Paulson, Cyber Hall, Forks, Blood and Roses, Tyler Jackson, Anti-X Social Corps, Maria L., H.B. Savvy, Scott Draws, Jen, Ollie Up, Cassia, Mama Poot, Sean Gorton, Sparrow, Emily Catherine, Casey Williams, Sam, Mothghoul, Wolfon Bailey, 93, HRT Stotto, Breezy Bot, Shadow Song, Nicole, Lou, The Goblin King, Green Blue Number 2, Microphone, Bugsy, Bug, Sweet Candy Heart, Sol, K-Bear, Amalia, Plant, Luca D'Amico, Crywolf 883, Agatha Vixorek, Just Monica, Wind Mortal, Reaper, Sandra, Riverwolf, Celios and Robin, John Ward, Amy, Mochu, B, Erin Lena, Your Librarian, B. York, Joey, Ruby Angel, Mathilde Bush, Cecilia Vigerich, Hannah Manning, Sona Holikova, Delighted, Quiet L, Cody, Hootie Hootlu, Henry Scott, Malachi Brown, Eris, Elixir Hillsman, Celeste Baudelaire, and Mumi. And a thank you to my familiars. Saladeria, Cecilia, Jocelyn, Jessica Louise Forsyth, Moon Melancholia, Dust Like, Pitch and Bunny, Ali, AJ, Curiosity Girl, Nocturnal, Joel Botter, Emotional Lizard, Tarragon, Sweet Silence, FHVH3646, RGVVETF, Jubilant,